go up to 14 guns and 16 infantry for now. That's 32 right there. We're going to need a lot more transports for it. Sorry, in case you answered that. Warhammer today? Yes, Warhammer's going to be the stream after this, so at 10 PM. So, hour and 45 minutes from now. And there is a schedule below the stream. I know I didn't keep to it yesterday. If you want the most up-to-date updates on schedules and stuff, then please do go to my Discord. That is where I'm usually the most cohesive. But there is a schedule there on the Discord, there's a schedule below the stream, and there's also a timer for the next stream, though that doesn't actually say what I'll be streaming. Lawrence the Craft wants to become a 666. I'm fully willing to embrace that idea. Okay, my army is starting to get really rather nice. Kind of want more cavalry if the army starts to get wider than the enemy's. Yeah, true. But I don't think I'm going to bother with that until my army splits. We're like shares, we split when we get too big. Right, we can get a bunch more states. We'll go ahead and do that. Oops. And then as before, if you have gold, you get the dev cost. So we're only actually missing this one province in terms of the gold. And those two are dyes. Dyes are worth a lot of money too, so we may well want to go and grab just this whole section. So who's that? Oh, that's owned by two people. That's New Castile. And then Mixtec. Mixtec is a vassal of Tlampneck. Who are these guys who are allied to Zalisco? I'm not overly concerned. And then war with New Castile. They did expand over here, that's true. Since cavalry was sit on the edges and never more inward. Yeah, I understood why cavalry gets... Oh, I see what you mean. If your army gets wide, then the cavalry does less. But in equal numbers, the cavalry does more because they hit harder. I can build the fort I wanted to now. That is a very good point. That was going to be here. Because you'll cover both of those two, which means that gets covered. And it's a mountain province. I'm actually tempted to make this a level 4. Seeing as this is a mountain. But I still need to get the money up for Havana to get to level 3. Oh boy, we have a lot of rebels. Okay, stop drilling, stop drilling. Those are all in this area. So let's go and station you there just in case they do spawn in one of these 3. Everything else is protected by a fort, so even if the rebels spawn and take the province, so long as a fort is, or so long as they are in the zone of control of a fort, there will be no negative modifiers. Like no increase in separatism or anything like that. The forts stop it. So the only place where it could happen negatively right now is here, which is why I'm stationing my army here. And next month, I'm going to take the... It's 10 years. No, 5 years of unrest. Sod it. Knowledge is for power. Study hard, be evil. Now I can get my level 3 Havana. Boom. This is actually going to be even more trade power than my capital was. 120. Boop. No, 113. Still pretty good. So with that, we now control 51% of this trade node, which is now worth 76 ducats, so we are sending in more money from here too. Yeah, we're up to 35% somehow. How are we doing in terms of naval force limit? Yeah, we're still way under. I really do need to start building the shipyards wherever possible. You may begin. Okay, you spawned on a fort. Well, that sucks for you. Especially as it's a mountain fort. Oh dear. Well, those rebels were pointless. Completely. Alright, who's next? Aztec separatists. So again, I'm just going to stand here. Same reason. Although I think those are going to be more south. And Guacamares has its own timer for its own rebels. And we can build another shipyard. Havana. Build 2 more. Do it. And I think I'm even going to build them in Tortuga because I do get a portion of their force limit as part of mine. In fact, if we take a look... where would that be displayed? Probably here. Ever since they changed this, I've never been able to find the modifiers that I'm looking for. That's forts. There we are. Land force limit from Tortuga plus 2.4. Naval force limit from... Ooh, Tortuga doesn't actually give naval force limit. So vassals only give you land force limit. That I did not know. Huh. Okay. And they're down here, so this is where I can prove when the pop-up comes up. Boom. Because of the fort in Mexico, this has had no further effect on the province. So if Mexico's fort were to fall, then they would have the negative modifiers, but because there's a fort in Mexico, it's in the zone of control, no negatives. This is why you want to make sure you have at least a level 1 fort protecting every single province, which is why you'll see me going like, that one protects these, that one protects these, that one protects these. Sorted. And the fort will also take the rebel-held province back again, that's what this bar is. So again, so long as it's in the zone of control, I don't need to sit there and take attrition. The fort will do it for me. They're rather useful structures, those forts. Well, this is still going to improve the Tortuga fleet, so I'm quite happy to do that. Then trade Tlamplek and Mexico still. I'm not that bothered. Well, actually, there's a fair amount of trade coming through from Mexico, and in fact, the more of Mexico I control, the more the cocoa and stuff is going to make for me. Are there any centers of trade here? Really? All the way up there? Here? Wow. Yeah, I forgot just how few centers of trade North America gets. Compared to India, this makes our game much harder. But then again, only the Rio Grande actually feeds into the Caribbean. None of these guys do, so I don't care about these. I can't monetize them. I do, however, care about these. So we may need to start trying to pick off a couple of provinces in Brazil, especially as Brazil... Oh, they didn't get much gold at all. Brazil very frequently spawns with a lot more gold than this. And then Chile. Yeah, we're going to want to go after Chile and Peru. Can you post a link to the E4 wiki? Yes. Go for it. My mind is blown. Thank you, Master Viking. I'm a rank amateur in the game with only 129 hours. Well, I have 1,788 so far. And that number climbs rather rapidly. Right, are there any other buildings I want to get up? There are a couple of manufactories I would like to do. There are universities that would certainly be useful. But none which are critical. And then the stock exchanges. I think I am going to try and build these 2 stock exchanges, and maybe Zui as well. In fact, Zui's going to be the first one, because I really ought to upgrade you to level 3. Although you do seem to be really underperforming in terms of trade power. I'm not really sure why. Well, once you've been upgraded, then maybe that number's going to go, because it should be in like the 50s if it wants to match Jamaica and Havana. Oh, it's the development, isn't it? It's just a much smaller province. Duh. Speaking of development, how are we doing for technology? Still 5 years away, so I feel like we can go ahead and spend some more. Because I still want to get my gold mines built up to level 10 where possible. Like so. Okay, done. Shipyard in Jamaica is done. Excellent. And yeah, if any more shipyards become available, then I'll definitely be building them. And I should also... trade ships. See if there's any raiding I can do. Not until 1702, so we're still a ways away from that. Okay. So the Mississippi River does feed into us, so if I could take just this one province and turn it into a pirate haven, that would be pretty amazing. It's a Mississippi estuary, it's a natural harbour. Do we have any provinces in the Rio Grande? We don't. We really would just need to take that. Well, I think it's going to be worth our while to take a province here. And there are a couple which are river estuaries, although it's actually kind of covered up. So yeah, we're going to take the Rio Grande estuary, and we're going to take Chitimacha as well. So that's going to be 2 separate wars, one against Portuguese Mexico, one against Portuguese Louisiana. Let's just take a very quick look. Portuguese Mexico has 10,000 troops, Portuguese Louisiana has 16,000. I outnumber them both. At the same time, even. Alright, let's move the army up to here. And we'll go after Portuguese Mexico first. We do not have a truce with them anymore. And these rebels probably won't happen by the time that fort's built. Probably. I do feel like you should probably upgrade because you're kind of off on your own. And I'd kind of like to upgrade you. What's that going to cost me? $170? Sold. I don't think I'm going to bother activating my fleet. Or if I do, it's only going to be half of them. So yeah, let's split you out. Let's unmothball you. And then we'll send these guys north to go and intercept their ships. Because I would like to steal their ships if I can. Alright, so Portuguese Mexico, we are going to declare war specifically for Coahuileteco. That one. Furthermore, I just remembered I can do trade posts. And it's unlikely that I'm going to be going after any of the Iberian mainland. So we may as well just set up a trade post on one of these. It cost me 49 admin to do, so I can't actually afford to do it just yet. So never mind. Hey, Bacon Killer! Hey, Mord, do you believe in our Lord and Saviour, John Cleese? John Cleese is a bit of a legend, so yes. And also, thank you very much for the bits there, Bacon. I appreciate that. Right, let's go on the march. War! We're going to war! I think I want to wait for you one more month, and then we'll march in. Right, let's go for the capital first. Careening. Yes, do the careening. and make sure that the Buccaneers stay in power. So far they are. Although we're actually at 100% Republican tradition. So at this point, I'm going to put the smugglers in power. We still have a famous pirate in charge. I'd rather take the trade efficiency and global trade power. Marvellous. Although our trade fervour is going to run out soon. Also, we can convert another thing. Is this what you're telling me it is? So let's go ahead and convert you. Total value 5.5. Perfect. So, where are your armies? Ah, the shipyards are being finished. Excellent. Yes, that is the other thing we need to do, is make sure that we can get shipyards everywhere where we possibly can. So I'm just going to select this, make sure that this is all blue. Yep. Blue, yellow, yellow. So we have 2 provinces here, which could definitely do with getting a shipyard. So you need to increase your development by 4. You need to increase yours by just 1. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to build you shipyard for the extra ship capacity. So Aish should fall pretty quickly, although I don't have my transports over there providing the blockade bonus. Probably should, and I feel like you guys are strong enough as well. Let's do that. Aish has fallen. Right, where is your army? Well, I feel like I'm going to be safe enough to go around in stacks of 8,000. Oh, there's part of their army. Not a very large part, though. There's their army. Well, I only want 1 province, which you would already give me. I also want all of your money, because why not? Oh, hell, we may as well humiliate you. Okay, let's do that. I forgot your arrival. Power projection has sunk a little bit lately. We can't be having that now, can we? And we are making an absolutely silly amount of money. This is good. So I need you to go up by 4 dev. I'm still... hang on. Don't particularly want to spend military. Not that expensive either. Fuck it, I'll spend the military. Oh! Oh, because you're still building a building. Okay, once that's done, then you should be able to build a shipyard. Hopefully. Touch wood. Well, I feel like these guys are going to go down pretty hard. Among our influential families, it has become increasingly fashionable to spend time on experimentation and philosophy. Some have begun to form regular discussion groups, while others use letters to correspond with other inquisitive minds. I will definitely support this. +3 innovativeness for a bit of money. Sure. Okay, that's more than a bit of money, but we should pay that off super fast. Not a problem. Almost. Almost. Boom. Send demand. Thank you. So Portuguese Mexico will cede Coacalcateco to Port Royal. Portuguese Mexico will be forced to give me 10% of their income. Portuguese Mexico will be humiliated, and they'll pay me 410 ducats. Magnificent. Demands for representation. A number of hostile publications have begun to circulate in the cities of Port Royal. Cambaro and Telehapan get angry. Sure. Have fun. Bacon, oi Mord, how do I do the magic thing where you select multiple armies and tell each one where to go like I just did? I will show you. Although that's going to be harder to do down here. I mean, part of it is just I've gotten very good with the hotkeys. But you start with an army, you then split it once, split it twice, and the way I'm doing that is by pressing S. And then I click on it again, that usually selects the biggest stack, and then split it a 4th time. That then gives me the 4 armies. Then you can tell each one where to go, so I click and then press V, which closes one of these. If you hover over close, you see the shortcut is V. Then I just tell all 3 of them to go to another one, press V, tell the 2 to go to another one, press V, and then finally the last one. So basically I'm sending them all here, 3 of them, 2 of them, 1 of them. And because I'm reordering them each time, they do actually just spread out like that. I hope that makes sense. I also need a lot more transports now than I have. How much am I paying for overforce limit? 13 ducats. Brilliant. I wonder if it works in Victoria too. I think it works in every Paradox game. But Victoria 2 is more difficult. Because you kind of need to be a bit more careful about where you send your armies when they're split up in small sections like that. Because the enemy can summon troops much more easily because of the way that mobilization works. But it definitely works in this, it definitely works in Victoria. Don't know about Hearts of Iron. Probably. But it's super useful in this in Crusader Kings. But the ingenious part is the V to close each selection. Okay, warships. I'm going to go and sail over here. We do want to build a trade post. Oh, we can't do it until we core it. Well, we better start coring it then, shouldn't we? And you may as well just board the ships. I'm going to do this in just small armies for the moment. Gold mine in Mexico is partially depleted. Oh no! Disaster! That's actually a thing that's going to happen quite a lot, I think. Never mind. How do I upgrade to Empire rank as Austria? I think it's the same as everyone else. If you hover over the upgrade button, it should tell you what you require. So currently I'm a duchy. To become a kingdom, I'd need 300 total development. As an empire, I think you need 1,000, and also a bunch of prestige. You can't because you're in the HRE. I did wonder if that was the case, in which case you have to leave the HRE. There can only be one kingdom in the HRE, and that's Bohemia. Which is also historically accurate. And also why the kings of Prussia until Frederick the Great called themselves the king in Prussia instead of the king of Prussia, because there weren't allowed to be more kingdoms. That would really piss off Austria, which at the time they didn't want to do. Until Frederick the Great, and he was just like, come at me, bro. I'm the king of Prussia. And Austria did indeed come at him, and lost. Right, so this time I want that one. Ba-bam! And we need to start offloading troops. Komm at mich, bro. Komm at mich, Bruder. Though I don't know if there is a shortened version of Bruder for German. Someone from Germany would need to tell me. You are currently marching... Oh. Right, because they have the same overlords, they can move into their provinces and I can't, so he's just going to run around me and probably take this. Never mind. I'll just steal all of your lands from behind you. Keep Blansterhoff. This guy must be getting on a bit. 67. Legend. So again, I've got all of these units split up into 4 equal stacks. Send you here, V. Send you here, V. Send you here, V. And then the final stack. Boom. And that sends them all to the various provinces. Oh, and I should also put you there so that your mortars contribute to the siege. Twice. Lost twice. Says Bacon. Sorry. Fake cough. I think the electors can actually make themselves kings. Historically, see Brandenburg, Prussia, and Saxony. Saxony was later. In fact, Bavaria was a kingdom eventually too. Alright, so truce with the Spanish has just ended, so this is when things start to get a little bit more dangerous once more. Anyway, the only thing that I want from you is this. And also war reps. And humiliation. Oh, this is a nationalist CB. I thought this was a... Whoops. I guess you can't get humiliation nationalist, only an imperialist. That's interesting. You are Choctaw, so... Portuguese, Lipan, Portuguese, or Osage. I don't know that you actually have any Aragonese. Oh, nationalists. So because Portuguese are Iberian, I can go after the Portuguese. Oh, now that's actually quite interesting. Hadn't thought of that. Because that's going to be basically all of these guys' provinces, because it looks like the AI does not use the expel minorities, because I haven't seen any minority provinces in the New World. Unlike the Aragonese ones, which are a massively eclectic mix of different things. Oh, hello, Tortuga. How are you coming from the north? Oh, you probably went all the way around here. At least you showed up. I appreciate that. Samuel has become a buccaneer. Fair enough. Bacon! Super Cheese says pay your debts. Yes, I probably should. Good point. There we are, debt-free since 1697. Also, shipyards? No, no shipyards. I could get a manufactory though. In fact, yes, that one I definitely need to do because dyes are worth tons. Dyes are worth dying for. And I can do some more conversions. Well, that depends on what religions you are. Do you follow the religion of gold? No? Well, you should. Aha! And now you will accept. And there we are. Another pirate haven. And we need to core you. And then over here, I need to make Tenerife into a trading post, which will increase my trade power here. Now, what does that get me? Because this is downriver, not upriver.